Today I'm showcasing my own golf course I made in this game. Westfield Lakes Golf Club. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun holes. I'm not going to stall too much in the beginning. I'm just going to get into it. Alright, so this first hole here is a pretty simple par 4 from the back tees. It was kind of my first hole, so I was trying to be real simple. And I hit a pretty solid drive here. I got a nice little pitch shot. Green's surrounded by a few bunkers. It's heavily sloped in the middle. Flops one, I flop one, and kind of missed pretty badly. So I have this up and down for par. And I hit a pretty solid chip. I just missed left. So I got an easy little tap in for par here. Second hole is another pretty simple par 4. But I had to make the landing zone a bit more flat. And I went for a pretty bold drive that actually worked out. It's another pretty simple green. It has a lot of slope in the middle. It's protected by 2-ish bunkers. And I hit a really good shot here. But it rolls all the way down because of the green, which really stinks. So I have a pretty hard putt here for birdie. I don't even try, I just hit it right out of the thing and hope for the best, which actually almost worked. So then I just tap it in here. So I'm even through 2. Here's the first par 5. And there's a lot of bunkers. I felt like there wasn't enough, so I just kind of spammed them randomly. I really like this green. It's really short, kind of like a horseshoe almost. And it's protected by a huge bunker in the middle, which we almost make it into. We have a little chip for eagle here. And beautiful chip. We're now -2 through 3 here. We approach the first par 3. This one's kind of hard because it's pretty far and there's a really skinny green surrounded by 3 bunkers too. And we hit a pretty good shot right. I'm trying to play it a little safe here. A bit deeper than I wanted, but it's fine. Got a pretty long putt here with a solid amount of break. I just go up and hit it anyway. And we missed pretty left. Luckily, it's pretty close to the hole still, so we have an easy putt here for par. We're playing pretty good in golf here as I approach the par 5. I just hit a beautiful drive, but aimed a bit too far right, so we missed in the bunker. Another pretty simple green. And a simple par 4, really. And we hit a pretty good shot. I got a pretty simple putt here for birdie. Not too much break, but still there. But I missed. So I just have to take a easy little tap in for par. The second of 5 par 3s here on the course is another pretty long one with a sort of skinny green. That one, though, it's pretty big actually. Surrounded by a huge bunker on the front. We hit a good shot, but a bit deep to the left here. My character's not super happy about it. We have a good, easy chip here. It's pretty makeable for a birdie. We lay it up a bit short though, so another tap it for par. Hole 7's a pretty fun par 5. It starts pretty straight but moves left. So I put a little bit of I believe that's called a fade, but I don't really know. And we get a good roll and it just to barely stop around the edge here for a shot for green. And an eagle putt here. I go for the 5 wood here and hit a pretty solid shot. That was actually a really good shot. Right next to the hole here. And I have a super easy little tap in for eagle, which puts us at -4 through 7. This is another par 4, but it's really challenging because you got the water left and bunkers right. So there's a very small room for error here, and I find right in the middle of the fairway onto a pretty hard green too, surrounded by a bunker left and right short. I hit a really good shot right at the pin, but a bit deep, so it rolls right off, unfortunately. I have kind of an awkward chip shot here for birdie, so I just lofted up, but I miss a bit short, so an easy tap in par putt, but I don't make it, so I have to settle for a bogey, and that puts us at -3. Hole 9's a really fun par 3 where you have to shoot across the lake here onto a kind of a small green with 2 bunkers around the back, which makes it so you cannot miss deep. But I miss so far left to clear the bunkers, so I have a pretty challenging chip shot here for birdie. And I hit it pretty well, but it goes way farther deep than I wanted it to. I'm able just to knock it right in there for par. Here we have another fun par 4 here. It's pretty deep, and it has a little dog leg, is that's what I call it, to the right. And it's a lot of bunkers again, because I didn't really know what to do with bunkers. And we have one bunker to the left that's really steep drop off too, so you really don't want to miss in that one. On the green here, I had a solid drive. The next shot's really good, right at the pin. Misses just a tad bit deep here, so pretty easy putt here for birdie. This next one's a par 5. It's shorter bit on the par 5s, so there's not really that much challenge here. As long as you don't hit it into one of the bunkers, you're pretty good for an easy eagle birdie opportunity here. The only danger for the green is that there's a lot of lumps and bumps, and there's huge bunkers on like every side. I don't know why I did that, but I did. I hit a really good shot though, and it stops just before the pin here for an easy, not easy, it's a little bit of break. Oh, I miss it. Well, that sucks. So I just have to settle for a birdie putt, I guess. So for hole 12 is another kind of short par 4, 422 yards, so it's pretty average actually, but a little bit of bunkers on the fairway. It's pretty straight, pretty simple, not that much to it, except the greens, multi-layered. I hit a nice shot here. It's a bit deep, but still pretty makeable, I'd say. Not too much break horizontally, but it is a bit downhill, so I have to make sure I'm careful with my speed control here. I don't know why I aim so far left. That's just a horrible putt all around. So I'll take par on that hole too. This par 3 is pretty fun. It's got a little lake in it and a donut green, so with a little bunker in the middle as well. And I hit a pretty good shot. I thought this was going in, and it just missed again. So out deep. However, this is a pretty short chip here. Should be able to at least get right next to the hole and chip it in from here. But I missed pretty badly. So I think I still go for par. I don't remember. Yeah, I do. So right now, playing still a pretty solid game, -5 through 13. Hole 14 here is another fun hole. I had to get a bit more creative with how the fairway approaches the green, so I put like a fat bunker in front of the green to have it like curve around the side. My drive is really bad though. I end up in this bunker right outside the fairway. So I have a shot towards this front pin here on this hole. I line it up pretty well, but I miss a bit fast. So it goes up on the green, but it rolls back down because it's kind of, again, multi-layered, or has like multiple tiers, I should say. So I have a pretty easy putt here for birdie, which is a good save from being in the bunker. Hole 15 is pretty fun. I have a huge bunker that like splits the fairway towards the front. I clear that with pretty much no problem. And I have a perfect set up here for the next shot. I hit a pretty solid iron shot. Missed a bit left, but it's still like right next to the hole. It's a little no break birdie putt here. Oh, I missed it? Oh my gosh. That's hard to watch, but at least I get a par. I really start to get creative here with these last couple of holes. I have a really fun par 3 here. It's not that far, but it goes a lot uphill, which makes it a challenging tee shot here. The green has like tiny bunkers around the back and is pretty small as well, but it has a little fairway spot at the front for like relief. I had a pretty good shot. It's right on the green here, but it's a tricky putt. The screen's heavily angled towards the tees here. No shocker here. I hit a pretty horrible shot. It just kept rolling down the screen, so not a good putt here. But this is not too hard of a putt to save par. It is a bit uphill, which is always a bit tricky. Just gotta put a lot of force on it here. And I leave it just short for a bogey tap in. We're still -5 through 16, which is pretty nice if you ask me. This next hole is a lot like hole 8. We got water left, huge bunker right. I figured out how to make even cooler bunkers around here. So the bunkers are a bit cooler, a bit more dynamic in shape now. And I hit it right into that bunker. These last 2 holes are both par 5s as well. So I go up here and get it out of this bunker with a little 5 hybrid here. This next shot's pretty good. Look for birdie. I wouldn't say eagle. You can loft it up here, get right next to the pin here for an eagle or birdie putt, I should say. And that's not what I do. I have the backspin rolled right off. And so I have a little chip for birdie, and we drain it. That was actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But enough glazing of myself. Time to get to the next hole here. This last hole, hole 18, is actually a pretty fun hole. Again, we have a huge threat of water to the right, but we have a huge river that breaks the fairway, which makes it pretty hard to drive over, but I had the wind helping me, so I go for it, and I absolutely drain it. Right in the middle fairway here for a pretty good look for an eagle putt here if I can get a nice shot here. And I hit a perfect shot, actually. It's right next to it. So I have a pretty easy eagle putt here to end my round to go -8. And we drain it, so we're going to finish with 64 on the day. Pretty cool looking scorecard. We got a few bogeys, but mostly birdies and eagles. And that is my whole course. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.